All right, let's put the pedal to the metal because I'll tell you what, I get so much anxiety when I'm late to things, and especially when I'm making other people late.
Stop.
No, you got an appointment at 11. You got to make it to that. I'm very excited for you. So
I'm just golfing with Nick, and it's a light golf day because I'm still nursing my neck, but I'm getting back into it, and we're going to work on certain fundamentals.
Well, that's what I did with him this morning at 7 a.m. It was great.
You went at 7 a.m.?
Yeah, I'm going at 6 tomorrow.
I don't know how you do that, man. You texted me at 8 in the morning, and I had just woken up. But I have been going to bed a little bit late because I've been addicted to League of Legends, so that's neither here nor there.
The body is a fascinating thing.
It is.
I wake up now at basically 6 a.m. on the dot every day without an alarm. When you start waking up and your body becomes accustomed to the routine,
yeah,
it's actually wild. It makes me. I always wondered, like, what the fuck were they doing if the rooster wasn't crowing? How did they wake up in the morning? Body is creature of habit. You go to bed at a certain time, you wake up at the same time, do that for a couple days, bang.
It's crazy because you mentioned that, and I've now gotten with my friends that are still kind of doing the late night owl thing. I'm like, guys, I'm telling you, the grass is greener on the other side. It's time to get off that.
They don't know what they're missing, truly.
Yeah.
Honestly, the more people that don't wake up early, the better, because that means less interactions that you'll have to have, and that's one of the best parts. But I'm telling you, the sun just hits different in the morning. Somebody who used to be a night owl, I love everything. The first 4 hours of the day from 6 to 10, it's
chef's kiss.
It's like magic in the air. No bullshit.
Bro, I used to...
no bullshit. I
used to be addicted to night, and I don't know about you, but rainy Sundays growing up.
Well, that's...
in Halo 3.
Yeah.
But
now...
that's
bread and butter.
But now we're 3 months into rain in LA, and I hate everything about it.
It's basically done this week. I don't. There could be another storm, but I've checked the weather forecast. Like 10 straight days of just sun.
You're on top of it. We
got
our greatest meteorologist on it.
Hey, listen, motherfucker, it's Apple. So if you want to talk shit to Steve Jobs' spirit, feel free. But I won't.
I'm good. I'm not trying
to
beef with Steve Jobs' spirit. His spirit still got more money than me.
Yeah. Oh well, no, that's a given. It's got more money than everybody.
But thank you to our great sponsor today, it's Heineken Silver. As you guys know, Heineken Silver is the official sponsor of the CouRage Nadeshot Show.
Heineken, we need more silvers. This case is going to be gone by the end of the day.
It is.
Responsibly. I'm going to split it with multiple people.
And the beauty of it is that it's only got 95 calories, 3.2 carbs, and, well, guess what? There has all the taste with no bitter ending.
There's no bitter ending?
No bitter ending.
I hate bitter endings.
Same.
So now I'm locked in with Heineken Silver.
Same. So thank you, Heineken.
The aftertaste is really like the biggest hurdle for me when it comes to certain drinks.
Yeah.
So the fact that there's no bitter ending got me kind of fired up right now. I wish we were recording on a Friday so I could crack one of these opens, but it's early right now. But we appreciate you, Silver Elite. We're on the phone with y'all right now. Appreciate you.
Silver Elite? You said Silver. You went back to Counterstrike.
No, Heineken Silver. Yeah. Yeah. My mind's elsewhere.
All right. Well, let's get back to the episode.
I'm buzzing off 2 juvies this early.
Bro, this is my first of the day, and I already know one means 2 is coming. And that's going to come right before that LCS match, and you're about to, it's a tri-cast. They're not getting a fucking word.
Is it a best of 5 or a best of 3?
Best of 5. Me, Captain Flowers, and Kobe.
Oh my God. Wait, you actually have a long day of work ahead of you.
I do.
Like casting's fun. I'm sure you're over the moon.
Yeah.
But I actually have a lot of respect, and I don't think people at home realize how exhausting casting is. That might sound silly. Oh, you're just talking.
Yeah.
But to be locked in, forcing the energy out.
Yeah.
And making everybody just, wait on a hand and foot of your next word. It's actually pretty tiring.
Thank you. And I can't even believe that we once did like 12-hour MLG days while we were driving the Codcaster. We were casting.
You were the observer?
We were the observer.
That's great. I'm trying to be locked.
I'm trying to do play-by-play casting and pick up everything. But then also, the moment there's bad observing, you miss a 3-piece, you miss a clutch, you hear about it.
You're getting cooked.
And we were the ones doing that.
Rightfully so.
It was so draining by the end of those days.
I bet that was hard.
Oh, dude, it was a lot. But thankfully, LCS has a bit more of a budget than the CWL back in 2015. So we don't have to do that in the LCS, which makes it easier.
Thank God. Well, hey, it's going to be on cruise control, man.
I'm nervous, though.
I'm very nervous.
But I'm nervous because I'm already getting tweets being like, love your casting, hate your casting because you casted once and we lost.
Jack, anybody that hates on you are the spillover from the dumbasses from the COD competitive subreddit.
Wow.
Hey, listen. Oh, they're gonna eat this one up. Hate on success, and success will hate on you. No, that shit is actually true, brother. People give you too hard of a time. You definitely, I think, through your comedy and Fortnite and the positioning and the timing, definitely in some cases cater to a younger audience. But what are we mad at Nickelodeon for making cartoons? I mean, people just don't understand what's going on in the back end. And so from the outside looking in, you could see Jack off camera or on camera in a different setting, act a certain way. And then when he gets on a stream, act a certain way. But that's just smart business, man. I have a lot of respect for that. So
thanks.
Fuck the COD competitive subreddit. Your casting's incredible.
I love, but for what it's worth, did not bring up COD competitive subreddit. COD competitive, please. Don't send
He's had enough.
You've done it for 4 years in a row now.
Okay.
I'm good.
It's okay. We can talk shit to those creatures.
We can? Okay.
Yeah.
It's like the amount that they love you is the equivalent amount that they hate me, so now it's equal.
They're split down the middle.
Oh. They hate you too?
No, they don't hate me. You know what? I actually love how trolly the COD competitive subreddit has become. And I think, I wish like League of Legends, for instance, would embrace that.
Yeah.
In the early days of 100 Thieves, we would obviously have the heist and other ancillary League of Legends content. And half the shit would get removed from the subreddit. It'd be gaining steam, get like 300, 400, 500 upvotes. And then the mods would remove it because it wasn't specifically X, Y, and Z. And if I knew the specific examples, I promise you'd be on my side.
Yeah.
But with COD competitive, like they're it's like Maury and Jerry Springer and the NBA all mixed into one. You know what I mean? It's just like strong personalities and these kids just troll. And I actually kind of fuck with it.
I mean, dude, there's
That's what
always...
COD is. It's entertainment.
Oh, yeah. It helps all steer the ship forward and keep it as hype as it's been for me. I've loved watching this year. I will say I saw our Reddit. I've been loving the voice comms videos of our league team. I've watched every single one.
Voice comms are good.
18-minute banger yesterday. It was like top 3 on League of Legends subreddit.
Oh, sick.
1,100 or 1,200 upvotes. And
well, 8 years ago, that would have
been taken down.
5 years ago, that would have got taken down. Bro, we legitimately thought that there was like insider trading going on. Well, not insider trading. They had a hit on us.
Damn.
We're like, hey, we're making all this content, and I know you got TSM, Team Liquid, and C9 that have been doing this, but we're really trying to
do this.
Be a force for change across all the other new franchisees. And they were hating on us, man. They would remove every video. That shit was mad annoying.
Bro. Yeah, I've been
PTSD. Sorry.
I've been loving the stuff coming out of the league team from the mini vlogs and that. I know I'm on a league kick right now in my life, but speaking of kicks, golf keeps going.
Golf keeps moving, man.
I've been seeing you grinding.
Well, get excited.
Yeah.
Get excited because we're about 14 days away from the kickoff of the Masters, to the greatest golf tournament of the year.
I have a question.
Yeah.
You get the opportunity to go to the Masters and play.
I've been invited. Not to play in the actual Masters event.
You've gotten invited to the Masters. You're allowed to play with 3 people.
This is happening.
Ever. No, but you can pick the 3 people, not the 3 that you're going with.
Okay, well, let me put a pin in this just real quick.
I didn't know if you were allowed to leak that.
I am leaking it.
Oh.
Oh, wait, when is this episode getting uploaded?
That's why I don't know. All
right, I'm not going to talk about that
then. That's why I'm putting a hypothetical. Who would you play with?
Okay, if I could play at the Masters, Tiger Woods, numero uno. Yep. There's no question about that. I would try to get a couple drinks in him just to... I feel like Tiger Woods actually is fucking hilarious. And like, I mean, the guy grew up on a golf course and I know that man's got a sense of humor. He had to make an apology for handing Justin Thomas when he outdrove him like a month ago. He handed him a Tampax. Had to apologize for that. 2023 is no more fun.
Yeah.
But he's got some personality lurking, but he does such a good job of guarding his true self and what he shows the media. Like there was a clip from him doing a golf clinic. Yep. So he basically has got like 100 like old heads behind him watching. And he just talks about his swing and his approach to the game. They ask him questions. And somebody yells out while he just rips a drive. He's like, what do you think about my $1,000 on you to win the Masters or something like that? And he says, fucking great bet, and just pipes another one, dude. So Tiger Woods, number 1.
Okay.
Probably Michael Jordan, number 2.
Ooh.
I mean, you get an opportunity to be around greatness like that, I feel like you can't pass up the opportunity. And then number 4 would be my dad, so that he can play with Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan.
Smart choice.
Yeah.
Especially coming from the Chicago area.
I was gonna throw in a curveball, try to be funny, but realize in that moment that I'm not funny. I was gonna say like Benjamin Franklin or something, you know.
That motherfucker would be ass.
Steve Jobs' spirit. Let's go.
Damn, he would probably be pretty good. I don't know who my 4 would be. I think
like Aaron Judge, Babe Ruth, and
another Derek Jeter
and Mike Trout. Mike Trout.
Oh, bro, he would rip. Imagine Mike Trout swinging a golf club.
Wait,
what,
dude?
What?
You haven't seen this clip of Mike Trout at Topgolf?
No.
Okay.
When was there a clip of Mike Trout at Topgolf?
Tanner, I'm assuming that you got this one in post-production. Whoever does from 100 Thieves, layer this video over
We need this to be played.
YouTube version. I'm going to find it. And you know what's actually, I know TikTok might get banned, but let me just say this. Their search optimization when you are looking for something is actually pretty spot on. Bro, look at this video. Sorry, we're just watching the clip.
All right, so it's a ball speed challenge.
No, just watch. That's not even the best one. It's this one. It's this one. Bro, you can see the ball contrast against the dark sky.
That hasn't landed yet. That video's uploaded 3 months ago.
Look at it's just all other professional baseball players. They're losing their minds.
Bro,
you can jerk off to that tonight. I might
have already. Never mind. Man, who would I pick? I would pick Aaron Judge. No, I'd pick the Big Show of the WWE. Number 1 would be my grandfather. He was a scratch golfer, lefty as well. Never got to play golf with him. He passed away when I was 6 months old. So that would be first choice. Second would probably be Tiger Woods for the same reason of just
have to.
You got to. I mean, how do you got an opportunity to pick anybody? And then third, who would just be a fun person to get out there? I don't know. Just those 2.
You want to sauce me in there?
No, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
We're good, man.
You know what's
I like
crazy
space in the cart.
What's a crazy statistic when you think about this? Back in I think it was 2001. Most PGA players, there's 4 majors a year.
Yep.
Most PGA players will never win a major.
Yeah.
Depending on when you come in, how long you're on the tour, yada, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Tiger Woods in 2001 held and won each individual major tournament in a 1-year cycle. He won, they call it the Tiger Slam. In just that year alone, it was probably, without a doubt, the most dominant golf performance in the history of the game. Tiger Woods' 1 year is a more accomplished year than 99.9% of professional golfers that have played their entire life. God, I wish I'd go back and just live through that era just for a week.
Yeah.
Well, the weeks that he's playing.
And be able to go and
I don't think
see it in person.
If you don't golf, I don't think people realize how truly dominant Tiger Woods was, and always will be.
It's so crazy too, when I see more chatter about golf, when there's rumors of him coming back or taking swings, than when normal golf is just going on and people are playing week in and week out.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, the guy literally has his own gravitational pull.
Do you think there's any bigger draw in sport for an individual sport than when Tiger's playing and doing well on a Sunday at this point?
At this point, no.
Yeah.
I would say the only thing that could have rivaled Tiger was Michael Jordan back in the 90s.
Or Optic Scumpy.
Or Optic Scumpy, yeah. Michael Jordan was... There wasn't a handful of people on this earth that didn't know who Michael Jordan was.
Yeah.
It was actually wild. I mean, I'm sure you watched The Last Dance.
Yeah.
He was an international superstar. So, Tiger Woods is the GOAT. And he's playing at the Masters. And what's great about the Masters... Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What's great about the Masters is that they pull, the money and the wealth of this tournament. There's no advertising. So you basically download the Masters app on Apple TV or wherever, and you just get full 4-day coverage, no interruption. It's fucking insane. It's like this Super Bowl times 10.
And they still got $1.50 sandwiches too.
Yeah. I mean, at Augusta in Georgia.
That'll be fun to go to one day. So it's not like the one that was just in Scottsdale.
No, it's not like the way this one's all about.
No, I know it's all about class.
Oh, it's buttoned up.
Yeah,
etiquette.
yeah.
You can't even bring your phone onto the property.
Oh, trust me, I was at a bachelor party the weekend that was happening, and I saw my boys rolling out to go there, and I was like, "This must be the lowest level of high class of a golf tournament with the way that they're dressed and going and the way that they're about to be acting."
Well, what's wild now is that the waste management is probably one of the most sought after titles in professional golf now, which it's obviously not a major, but the waste management, because you basically have a PGA Tour event every single weekend. You know, there's gaps in that, but for the most part, you can find professional golf on the weekend. And so the field is pretty sporadic. Like certain tournaments, you'll have maybe like 3 of the top 10 players in the world coming, or 5, or X, Y, and Z. But with waste management, it's basically like the Masters, but everybody that would have been playing at the Masters is at the waste management. Everybody wants to win it.
And then everyone's just going crazy.
Yeah.
At the place.
Going nuts.
The energy is through the roof. Yeah, I didn't get the chance to go, but man, some of the videos from there look wild.
Yeah.
16, I think, is a big one.
Yeah, par 3. It's like 150 yards.
I don't even want to know what happens there when a hole-in-one happens.
Everybody throws their beers. It's sick.
They got to shut that place down for a bit, huh?
And I don't think there was a hole-in-one this year.
Shit.
Which was kind of a bummer.
Damn.
You know, it's really exciting too, and then we'll stop talking about golf, is Ricky Fowler starting to play a lot better. Ricky Fowler, when he came into the PGA, he was just a fan favorite, wore really bright colors. He was just like this young kid who's just striping the ball.
Yeah.
But the last few years been in a slump and has basically been out of the mix. But he went through some like massive swing changes, and he actually just beat like I think John Rahm is either number 1 or number 2. But he beat him in head-to-head match play yesterday in the first round of this Dell Championship. It's a really big deal. It's a really big deal.
Whoa.
So he has to get to the quarterfinals to qualify for the Masters. So, you know, with the Masters 2 weeks out, if you guys are interested at all, big matchups for Ricky Fowler, who's probably, even though he hasn't been playing well, one of the most popular golfers in the entire world.
It's so crazy to think of how much you, like, being on top, you know, having that drop off and then having to change everything you know about what got you there first and switch it back up is pretty surreal, especially if you said it's like a few year-long slump.
I mean, I can't even fathom, you know, I mean, you're already playing so well, but you're just not, you just don't have that edge anymore. To change habits that you've had since a kid, I mean, certainly for me, it's been very difficult.
Yeah.
We had some breakthroughs recently, which I'm hoping I can hang on to. But for a professional golfer, they could probably feel it pretty quickly, but it's reinforcing that in the head. Because can you imagine, you know, being on number 18 and you're tied for the lead and you got to stripe a drive?
Yeah.
I can't imagine just your body trying to take over, because it's just full adrenaline. You just got to trust your swing to really reinforce that time and time again, and to swing with that new swing, it must be tough.
Oh, dude.
You get laid off real quick or overextend and, you know, fucking yank that thing. Anything can happen.
I find it so interesting how so many of these top guys, I mean, it's a testament to what makes them great, is continuing to do whatever they can to improve. I mean, you obviously have to. Like, even a story that came out was, a quick baseball note, Aaron Judge, AL MVP, Paul Goldschmidt, NL MVP. Judge invited Paul Goldschmidt over. I think his name's Paul Goldschmidt. And they just basically had a meeting of the minds of the 2 best hitters in baseball last year, the 2 MVPs. And one thing Judge has been using a bit in spring training is he took Goldschmidt's approach where on 2 strikes, because it's all about just making contact, he's basically removed his like high leg kick that he uses for power. And this guy just hit more home runs than anyone in history without steroids, for most people.
I think we need to juice these motherfuckers back up, dude.
I mean, I agree.
Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, give them the needle.
That was pretty fun. Hey,
there's something.
It could be pretty cool.
There's something so fascinating to me about like actually pushing the human body beyond its limits
and risking it all.
Yeah, I mean, they're fully grown men. They can decide what they want to do. Look, I'm not here to die on that hill.
Yeah.
But can you imagine these motherfuckers using steroids and metal bats?
Bro, the pitcher.
Somebody would die.
There'd be 1 dead pitcher per week.
They'd have to put those foul ball nets
around,
all the way up until the edge of the... warning track.
Bro, I don't know if this report was real, but they're doing a lot to try to increase the speed of baseball games. And apparently they're going to start doing Bat Boy and Batgirl. They're going to track how well they do, the foul ball kids. And if they're too slow, they're getting reprimanded. They're getting kicked from being foul ball kids.
Those dogs in AAA, they better start hitting the treadmill or something.
Bro, they're doing everything they can to increase the speed if they're going to start tracking how fast the Bat Boy runs after bats and shit.
All right, I feel like we've talked about sports enough.
We have. Sorry,
I really do want to talk about CSGO too, or Counterstrike too.
Oh, we have to.
A lot of news.
That, creative.
Yeah, a lot. Well, I'm going to let you take creative because I think if you lay it out the way that you did to me in person yesterday, you might change some minds. But yesterday, Counterstrike 2, a lot of rumors around it over the last few weeks. They finally started releasing a ton of information around how smokes render in the game, all the upgrades to the tick rate, which I'm not sure if I truly quite understand. Long story short, they're making the connectivity to the game better. The maps are upgraded. You know, they're Source 2. It's a very big deal. New engine.
Yeah, I was watching a bit of Shroud, like Shroud's instant reaction. I think most people, the biggest gameplay change flat out is how smoke grenades are.
Yeah.
And that's going to absolutely...
Throw a grenade in the smoke and opens up.
Like Nothing already tweeted a clip that went pretty viral.
Saw that.
And so that's going to be the biggest gameplay change, I think, at the moment. They have had some other small things, like I think now one thing was like you can drop grenades. I don't know if that's like new, but like you can drop your teammates nades at the start of rounds if they didn't have money. But yeah, I'm excited for what Source 2 will be. I hope even more they put more focus into matchmaking and like making the public. I think that's the one thing that I began to fall off a bit on CS was like when you got to a high enough rank, it was like, is this guy cheating? Is he not cheating? Do we have to download Face It? Like I just want to be able to queue. Like in Valorant.
Exactly.
I just want to be able to queue ranked. I think the ranked, in ranked, I think the two best ranks in any game is Apex Predator, I think is a badass name. And then Counterstrike is the global elite. I mean, that is fucking sick.
Yeah.
And that's one of the sickest ranked names. I want to be able to flex that shit.
Yeah. Completely agree.
So
I actually have a little bit of probably a polarizing take. And this was really just based off of all the things we saw yesterday. I was really excited about the hype of Counter-Strike 2. I was stoked. My hope is that over the next few days, the way that they gave us all this information about the smokes, upgrades to the maps, and all the new features, I hope there's many, many more, just like you said with matchmaking, because I want Counter-Strike to succeed. I think Valorant and Counter-Strike can both coexist. Oh, yeah. Everybody's talking about players that went to Valorant coming back to Counter-Strike. Brother, when I watched Shroud for like 30 minutes while I was eating lunch and they played Dust 2 3 times in a row, I was like, okay. Look, man, I know that's cornerstone of Counter-Strike, no denying that, but there's got to be something more than just an upgrade to the servers and the lighting and what we're seeing right now. Because for me, the frustration with Counter-Strike as somebody who came into the game late is I had so much fun with it in the first couple years, but the best players, and I would never be, top 1% in Counter-Strike with how long the game has been available to play and how good some of these guys are. But I just want a reason to grind. And the fact that it's the same maps with pretty much the same mechanics, and I'm sure there's going to be different things with the smoke grenades and X, Y, and Z, but I just don't know if it's going to bring the same excitement that I originally had thought it would bring, just because it's sort of like the same game. Yeah, I think... and of course, don't fix what's not broken. Yeah. But...
I share similar sentiments, especially when I'm making like decisions around content, is like, I see myself playing Counter-Strike, but I'm not going to like shift my whole business around Counter-Strike 2, if that makes sense, for a certain amount of time. Like I'm going to play it for fun, maybe after some Fortnite on stream or things like that. But as you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think that they're doing some great updates to what's there existing right now. But for me, I would be most excited, as you mentioned, is in a 3-minute video like they released those 3 yesterday. Give me a 3-minute ranked update video on what they're changing. That would have gotten me more hyped.
I completely agree with that, by the way. That's actually probably the number one thing and one of the only things that I really care about.
Even now, like I've been playing some games and like the screen will end and my team will have like an LEM, a badge, a gold Nova 4, me as a double AK, and I'm like, what is even going on here?
Yeah.
You know, when you're used to other games where you only have everyone in one rank, I'm like, is it just because of how I'm searching? I haven't played enough that doesn't know my MMR. Like, where are we at right now?
Yeah, update the icons, make the rank system a little bit more approachable. I think Global Elite and like double AK, that shit is dope, but they need some visual and some matchmaking optimization full on. Because I don't want to play Face It. I don't want to have to go to a secondary. And I listen, I just want to make sure you guys understand that I know there's a history here that I probably can't fully wrap my head around. So somebody who's dipped his toes in the water, more of a casual Counter-Strike player, that's what I'd be looking for, exactly how you just laid it out.
I have like 800 hours on CS, and that's like, you've barely scratched the surface to like I think
not trying to mess with the history of the game. I just need something more to bring me back.
Is there there's been some chatter.
Yep.
100T CS, would that be a thing that could possibly happen? Or even if you're not thinking about it, now that we had a CS team at one point, we had stickers in the game, do you feel confident at all in saying like CS at that time was something that could have potentially worked? We just didn't really get to the team to the point we wanted. Like, is there an interest there from your end personally, if you don't want to speak on the businesses perhaps?
No, I mean, I think it's a great question. A lot of people are probably wondering. I would love to be in Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
I mean, just right now, the state of esports, everything's so expensive. And there's been right-sizing when it comes to player salaries.
Yeah.
And the expectation that agents and managers have for what we're actually willing to pay and just these tier 1 organizations.
Yeah.
So unless something changes drastically around the economics of what the expectation is from the organizations, I can't make any guarantees.
Yeah.
Just because Counter-Strike is actually logistically the hardest game to field a roster in because they travel so much. There's tournaments in Europe and they got to go boot camp out there and they got to live out there. And one of the biggest hurdles that we had was that North American CS a couple years ago when we got out for the second time with just in shambles. Like, you really couldn't get great practice. And even if you did, it was against the same teams over and over and over again. And so there's so much FOMO when the two majors throughout the year are happening.
Yeah.
Of course, I want to see 100 Thieves up there. That would be a dream come true. But with the state of just esports and gaming in general right now and the macro economy, I think if you had a gun to our head today and said field a roster and keep the salaries and expectation at status quo, that where it's always been, we wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah.
But if there's flexibility in the future, and you know, Valve actually does a great job from a monetization standpoint for the teams. I think we made like more money just through our sticker sales and being a part of the major than we did in a few years in most leagues that we play in.
Yeah.
So it's definitely enticing, but we just need the right situation at the right time.
Makes sense.
I love Counter-Strike.
Oh yeah, I think that's not. I think that's probably the mindset that most people would expect from 100 Thieves. So it makes sense to hear. You know, a lot of the times with decisions like that, I'm more of a fan on the outside than involved behind the scenes. So I'm kind of asking for myself too. So thanks for that.
There's certainly a world where we can have a team in the future.
Yeah.
I'm not closing that door. Just have to be smart and thoughtful about our spend and our commitment.
A lot of it really does come into it's interesting you bring that up because I've seen Jason talk about this from Complexity. Is like, as you mentioned, NA is just not there. So it's like, what do we do? We filled an NA team that we can more integrate with the 100 Thieves ecosystem, you know, especially because they're out here, but we obviously don't get the practice we need, or we just get a team that's out there that we never see. And it's like, and obviously then that costs even more money and it's even more of an investment. It's like, it's not really, there's no real win-win right off the start that you can think of.
Yeah, I will say too, whether you want to believe it or not, it's actually pretty hard to find partners that are willing to get behind your specific Counter-Strike team just because of the gore, which I don't think is a problem. Just want that to be clear.
Win.
Terrorists versus counter-terrorists. You know, I mean, if you look across the board, more times than not, there aren't many non-endemic to gaming brands that sponsor a Counter-Strike team.
Yeah.
So the whole conversation is just really, really hard.
Speaking of endemic brands, non-endemic brands wanted to get in. Fortnite.
Yeah,
That's a game that non-endemic brands get into a lot.
Well, brother, I'm gonna say my piece, but Jack is definitely gonna blow some minds. Yesterday, Fortnite Creative, I know you were over the moon. You were talking about the night before it even released, how excited you were, and it's. I don't know. These last couple months have just felt very bizarre in comparison to the time that I've spent on the internet since I was a kid, right? It's like everybody got really excited about esports and VR, and everybody got excited about NFTs and blockchain, and those things came and went, and obviously people are still working on the back end because they believe in those things. But what's happening right now with AI and all of these new, Unreal Engine 5, which...
Generative tools.
I mean... It just feels like we're at a very weird tipping point where the next 5 years are going to be unbelievably mind-blowing. Like, I saw this video of Unreal Engine 5 with this woman on stage, and they just had a phone set up, and they scanned her in 2 minutes. And I'm sure there's things going on in the back end to make it a smoother and easier process for them to deliver a punch on stage. But technology just feels like it's, doubling up year over year. When I took computer maintenance, they said, technology is obsolete every 18 months. So something that was made today will be, technologically obsolete 18 months from now. It just feels like the pace is just getting faster and faster.
Yeah.
And what we saw yesterday with Fortnite Creative 2.0 was absolutely unbelievable. And this is your wheelhouse, so I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday was pretty mind-blowing, to say the least. I will say, like, this week of streaming Fortnite is it's been the best feeling week of Fortnite in 4 years. Like, obviously the game's always had an audience. It's continued to do well for itself. It's still one of the top games in the world. But with the boys being back on, the map right now, this is the best map we've had since Season 1, since Chapter 1. The game itself, no build being as great as it is now and so optimized for no build. Because back in Chapter 3 when it came out, it was like, let's try this mode out for 8 days. Because it was only supposed to be in for 8 days. And so many people came back to the game that they were like, we got to make this a permanent mode. So the map wasn't ready for it to be a permanent mode. Whereas now, it's all built for that. And then you add in the fact that Creative 2.0 is here. I mean, I think yesterday alone, between TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, I think my creative Fortnite clips got 15 million views.
You popped up my For You page twice yesterday.
It was pretty crazy. Yesterday was surreal. And there's a lot of, the comments are hopping, we got to get back on Fortnite. I'm going.
It's got to feel good too for you too, because you never completely deserted Fortnite. You'd come back for a couple weeks and play the game and stay relevant. And I feel like in the last few months you've been playing more of it.
Yeah,
I thought you would stick with Warzone too, but you always can tell when the tides are changing. So you probably feel like you've got the Infinity Gauntlet on and you're ready to go to work with 2.0. I mean, it looks like we're playing Elden Ring meets Call of Duty meets. I mean, you can make any game within this universe, and
they put out their roadmap that by the end of 2024, they basically want island codes like what we have in Fortnite right now, where they're small map experiences. They want those codes to be AAA level games and support that, and generative worlds and full-fledged, you hop on Fortnite, you put in an island code, and right now you load something that you might play for 20 minutes. In 2 years, they want you to load up a full-fledged AAA experience that you can't even tell isn't Fortnite.
Brother, without having an understanding of, well, I don't want to say that. I just have so much conviction that if I had a red button and I clicked that red button and put my entire net worth into Epic Games or Roblox or half and half, I just feel like without knowing what their P&Ls look like and whatnot, it just wouldn't be a bad bet. They're just so far ahead. Epic, Unreal Engine, Fortnite, that IP itself, and what you're laying out that their roadmap actually looks like, it's just hard to believe that they won't be the powerhouse of the next 20, 30 years. What?
Bro, Fortnite.
Everybody's going to want to integrate into Unreal Engine, and I mean, it's always been the case.
And Tim Sweeney and the CEO of Epic is very vocal about how much he hates monopolies, how much he hates what Apple's done with the App Store.
Yeah,
they've always been very generous, from what I've seen, of cuts when they added Epic Game Store, for example. They changed their split to 88-12, 88% going to the creators of the the assets, 12 going to them.
Get them over
and then
at Twitch.
Then they retroactively paid out the last, I believe, 2 years of those assets. So people made those things and thought they were only getting the 70-30 split. And then they got they said, oh, actually, we're going to change it to 88-12 and pay you for the last 2 years of what your assets have been worth. And people were like, you just changed my whole life with that bonus. So now with this 40% of net revenue that Fortnite makes is going to map creators and map makers based off playtime and total people on the maps. I mean, Fortnite's a multi-billion-dollar thing. And they are about to, and then now whatever you create in Unreal Engine, you can then go and transfer those to other Unreal Engine products that you create in UEFN. So you like own that.
It's genius. It's long-term investment in the community.
Yeah.
You know, you want to incentivize people to come make games, make modes, make anything that your mind can conjure up in our game. You're going to get paid substantially for it. And I mean, brother, it's like the tides raise all ships.
And so now I think it's kind of from my end, what gets me so excited is that like I'm in a unique position where me, Cypher, Tim, we have the audience in Fortnite. Like throughout this last 2 years with the approach we've taken, I can pretty confidently say that per like average video views, I would say I'm probably like top 10 English speakers now per like average Fortnite upload. We're probably at like 750 to 800K an upload for Fortnite right now.
Well, good thing I stay off YouTube, bro, because the FOMO would be off the charts. But I guess not.
I mean, we're uploading less.
I mean, I know you've been stacking, but that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's been pretty surreal. And now with creative, it's like we now just hit up map makers, pay them to make one-off maps for videos that we know will do well, and we're only going to expand on that more. So from my end right now, it's kind of like, as you mentioned, the gold rush. You know, there's going to be entire development teams that are indie devs that now just create for UEFN. I see a world where a year down the road, a big map gets made, that there's a lot of interest from these developers to have played. And instead of doing a hashtag ad for a brand that makes a map to go show love to the brand, and it's like you play at that time and no one's really going there to play it, it's to show love to the brand and the Fortnite experience.
People are going to be advertising their servers.
I'm just going to get paid to just play on the server.
Yeah.
We played a game yesterday called like Gem Tycoon, and it's basically a 9-to-5 job simulator where you work in a factory and have to get a lot of gems in the game.
Sounds riveting.
And this stuff on Roblox goes crazy, and apparently it's like one of the top Roblox games. Someone made it in Fortnite. Bro, we wound up playing it for an hour, and I had so much fucking fun playing this game, and the creator hit me up, and I'm like, I'm laughing because I know that motherfucker's looking at his bank account going, because they've been paying the 40%.
But he just made the Sims.
Yeah, so they announced the 40% split, but now they're retroactively playing that 40% split to March 1st. So now with this big hype boom, it's not something that's coming. They announced it, and now all these maps that were made just for this through the people in the beta that everyone's going to hop on, they're not like being like, oh, 6 months from now it's going to, no, it's already started. So that 40% cut is already going.
These motherfuckers got a money printer. It's going,
bro. I know some figures of what some of these map makers have made for one-off maps for 1 week.
I don't want to know.
I'll tell you off camera.
I'm not artistic.
Your stomach will hurt.
Well, it already does. Yeah, that's my secret. It always hurts.
I guess that is true for you. But yeah, man, it's gonna be nuts. We got some stuff cooking. I've had some calls with other creators, and
you need employees.
I mean, I feel so overwhelmed.
Fuck the family channel, dude. I'll just come work for the Courageous.
I'd love that. But at the same time,
I'll edit Swappa.
You probably could.
I got good taste.
He's kind of slacking. No, I'm kidding. That guy's the GOAT. But yeah, man, I'm going to say this. People that haven't played Fortnite in a while, you don't know it yet, but you're going to be back on Fortnite.
I'm going to go play no build. It felt really clunky when I played in a tournament with Tarek, but I'm going to go play it a little bit. I loved Fortnite when we first started playing, but as soon as everybody got crazy with the builds and I got busy with 100 Thieves, I'm like, fuck, I just can't.
Right now, it's great.
Justify
It's got Call of Duty-like movement. Everything's fast-paced. There's red dot ARs and weapons. Heavy snipers back, so you can one-shot headshot.
Yeah, I saw that clip from Ninja yesterday. That shit was wild. I'm like,
the one pump is back.
I saw the TikTok of the kid, his perspective, and then he put ninjas at the end. I'm like,
that was great. I saw that.
He's looking at this guy through a small crack, and he's not really doing nothing. What's about to happen,
bro? I mean, you're going to be playing in 2 weeks. They're adding ODM gear in 2 weeks, so you got to hop on for that.
People don't realize how good Ninja actually is. That man got shit on for a little bit just because of his move and kids only stuff. Bro, Ninja is a dog. And if you don't fucking know that, trust me, bro. The shit that he pulls off, and obviously what he pulled off at the beginning of Fortnite and that explosion, that's one thing. But you got to go back and look at what he was doing on other games before that. He is unbelievable.
The most mind blown I've ever been with Tyler's skill was we played a Valorant 5-man or 10-man, and he was in the Valorant 10-man, and he was the worst player because he had never played a tac shooter like that before. He was truly dead weight.
Valorant?
Valorant.
Oh, yeah, I remember that story, yeah.
And then 1 year later, he was a semi-pro. Was like...
They beat FaZe Clan, bro.
Yeah, like that is not a game that you can just do that in. If I guarantee you, anyone out there right now that's never played Valorant, go try to become semi-pro in 1 year. You won't even come close. And that dude, who had never played a tac shooter before, was right there.
Just, man, his game sense, and he's got the talent and the raw aim to match it. It's wild. Whether you like him or not, that motherfucker is a dog.
And to see him consistently be that good across H1, then PUBG, then Fortnite, it just shows how good he is because, like, it don't matter. Like, so much stuff comes into a factor in a battle royale, and he just does all that while also dropping 20 kills in a game.
This is why I hate that Call of Duty comes out with something cool every single year, because I just always go back to this debate within myself. I'm like, man, I know if I use a controller, I'm going to be better, but just keep sharpening that blade, a keyboard, mouse. I was getting pretty good at Valorant, and keyboard, mouse, the input, it just makes everything so much easier. It's more satisfying when you pull something off that's sick. And I just keep going back 50-50. And I never, push myself to be the best at just one. I gotta just...
I mean, that's the beauty and the tough part about gaming these days is that both inputs on basically every major game, outside of obviously Valorant, are hand in hand, which is needed. But when you're in the unique position, you are in a unique position where you are incredible on controller, but also very damn good on keyboard and mouse.
I'm okay. I really wish I would have played Fortnite on controller, because I didn't realize how good people were going to end up getting at it on controller, and I was just so far behind. But that's neither here or there.
But also, when Fortnite first came out, you were kind of griefing being on controller, and then because Fortnite does what it does, it perfects controller to be a point where you're not, they made every little bit that they could do to make it good.
Yeah.
So it's wild what's going to be happening, man. It's just going to keep on going, and I'm kind of hyped right now. I feel like my career just got extended a few years, which, as someone that's kind of a doom and gloom anxiety person with that.
That's just what YouTube is, man.
Yeah, but like seeing this now, I'm like, holy shit, we ain't done anywhere near done yet.
Yeah, man, I need to play some games. Fuck.
I mean,
just going through my phases again, man. My cycles, dude. Literally, my brain will not, when I get excited about something, my brain won't allow me to think about anything else.
No.
And I'm back on golf now. A month ago, it was videos. It was cameras. I just wish
2 weeks ago, it was rank play.
Man, yeah. Well, dude, that's the other problem right now with Call of Duty is they did so many things right, so I can't really complain. But with the top 250 and the way that it's structured, there's just no incentive. As soon as you hit iridescent, I'm like 9,000. It's probably even higher now, 10,000 SR away, and I'm only getting 30 per wins.
Yeah.
There's not enough hours in the day. So I don't really have any incentive to go play ranked other than just fucking with the boys.
I mean, that's something that Apex has had to try to battle.
Yeah.
It's like Apex is 10K as well. And by the end of the split, it's like 36,000 is the lowest point.
I will say, for what Apex has turned into, especially in a battle royale, in a competitive perspective, I actually think the Apex community complains more than Call of Duty. Is wild to see. Every single time I refresh my timeline, every day I'll see an Apex pro complain about something. And I get it, man. We're the same way in Call of Duty, but holy shit, man, they don't hold back. I kind of respect it, but at the same time, I'm like, man, I don't even
I'm kind of mind blown too, because like a month or 3 weeks ago, they just had their big season 16 or something like that, and I only saw the most positive shit ever. And then now I'm seeing negative. And I'm like, bro, what even happened in those 2 weeks?
I feel bad for people working at dev studios sometimes, just because you spend so many years working on something and it just gets shit on, even though it's already really good.
Yep.
Like what Apex is in the movement of the game and the longevity it's had compared to other battle royales. Like, you have to be grateful for that.
Yep.
But I also understand from a player's perspective, you see all these amazing, incredible things happening, across the pond in parallel on the other side of the fence with these other games. So no matter what, humans by nature, you always want more.
Yeah.
But it takes time, man, and they need time to continue to innovate with their game. They've obviously done it enough to keep people around, but it's the unfortunate part, man. A time on the internet moves so slow, but moves quickly at the same time, and you just have to be patient, because I don't think EA nor anybody at Respawn is gonna, just let Apex fall by the wayside.
No. I mean, it's still doing very, very well for itself. But
It's got to be patient. It's not easy for all you players out there, but I'm telling you, it's like, look at Call of Duty. We waited years and years and years to get ranked. It's finally here. We got like a good couple weeks out of it. Now we want more.
Yep.
Just the way it goes.
No, it really is. So I mean, you said you want to play more games.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just balancing the time, man.
Yeah.
I like, there's just weeks at 100 Thieves where I got to be at the office and really be locked in. And then there's other days where me and Joe talked about it in the other podcast, just trying to find the balance of like, okay, I need to make sure as many people know about Juvie and High Ground and our apparel, and the best place to do that is probably on video, but streaming, it's, if you have 1,000 people in chat, I think that's better than 10,000 views on a video, because those motherfuckers are right. They got so many options they could be spending their time with, and they're with you consistently.
It's your most engaged audience by far.
So yeah, I want to play more games, man. But I've gotten comfortable with the fact that it's just always going to be like me juggling, and I'm going to get my licks in when I can. But I signed up for it. I want to see it through. So got to be patient. We've got quarter zips on from the spring collection.
Woo.
I was actually pretty nervous, just because I didn't know what the response would be. With fall winter last year was really exciting, because we got to do a lot of knits and cut and sew that you wouldn't normally see from 100 Thieves, with like the fleece on the polar zip ups, and I'm just excited that there was a really strong response. I need to go into overdrive today, tomorrow, talking about it, tweeting about it. I haven't done enough, and the apparel team. It's funny, the dynamic compared to High Ground and Juvie, those brands get to operate so independently from 100 Thieves. And so no matter what's happening at our company, it's all one company, but what's happening at 100 Thieves Esports and how we're tweeting about on social with, current events and our creators, there's just so much attention that the apparel team and our drops need to fight for, especially in a big week like this with Counterstrike, and the timeline is just running and refreshing, and you got to just sift through all this information. So I got to make sure people know about the apparel drop. This stuff, you're wearing it right now.
Oh, it's crazy, bro.
I fucking love it, brother.
Yeah. No, I love I know this has always been the vision.
Yeah.
Because this is entirely unique to me. This and what fall winter was is like obviously the future of where 100 Thieves is going. Like, I love the little X wherever it's on the back, I think, on this.
I'm not sure if it made its way on the quarter zip, but we have two pieces: the green jacket, actually the green pants, and then the flannel.
Is that the X?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so it is on the back. Yeah, so the X above the I, the intention behind that is like, look, man, if you're in gaming, if you're a fan of the Lakers since you were a kid, you're going to be a fan of the Lakers in the future. Yep. It's just the way sports and loyalty, I think, from a professional perspective, competitive perspective. So, we have Optic fans that will, come and say hello, check in with us, and across the board, League of Legends, you got the old guard. Everybody loves TSM, Team Liquid, Cloud9. So we just wanted to bring something to gaming. Not only you're aware of it, but the quality of it meets the bar or exceeds the bar of some of your favorite brands. So you don't have to make a decision just because of a 100 Thieves logo. It's minimalist, non-intrusive branding, and it's comfortable clothing. And you don't have to be a fan of ours to want to buy it or wear it.
Yeah, I think it's a real testament to the quality that we're making. I think one thing that 100 Thieves does incredibly well in a lot of decisions, especially with apparel, is that it's so calculated, and it's part of the reason why this drops have been so successful and the apparel has been so successful, that to now say, you know what, we're putting out clothing that doesn't even have a major big 100 Thieves hit on it, just a little bit, where it's like, if you know, the fact that I'm now seeing the decisions be made, especially by the apparel team, that like, we're so confident in what we're making now that we don't even need to have that big hit on it. It's just going to be great clothes that you can wear. It's really, really cool, and a testament to how far you guys continue to push it.
Yeah, I mean, the beautiful thing about what we're doing what's crazy is that this collection, if I'm speaking from a personal standpoint, was the least amount of confidence that I had because I know how strong our lineup is for the next year.
Yeah.
And even going into 2024. Some of these line plans and collaborations that we're doing, people are going to be juiced. They're going to be really excited, or at least that's a hope. But if you're anything like I was when I was 18 years old or 22 even, and even now, I think people's styles evolve. But I would have so much anxiety about getting dressed for the day going to high school, man, because I'm trying to impress girls, trying to, my social status. It's not something I would put a label on it and think about very intentionally, but I just wanted to have an easier time with my self-confidence. And dressing, when you grow up in the Midwest and you don't really have people around you that are steering you in the direct direction or have like a very intentional style, it's really hard to sift through all the information that's out there. Even now, like I'll go read GQ and some of these publications just to see, where the trends are. And a lot of trends are set in Europe. A lot of trends are set on the coast, like in LA, New York. But there's just so much information and you got so much shit you got to deal with day to day, getting a job, going to school, your other interests and hobbies. It's really hard to find the right direction for how you want to style and how you want to dress. And so that's why I think 100 Thieves is really cool, because we have a connection to our community who are all around the same age. And we're trying to make it as easy as possible to influence the decisions you'll make when you're getting up in the morning, you're getting dressed.
Yeah.
So if you like 100 Thieves, you got a hard on for the brand. We got all the logos that you need for, in most of the drops. But now that we have minimal branding, these are just great pieces to add to your closet that you can use in any situation, whether you're going out or you got a nice dinner to go to or lunch, brunch. It doesn't fucking matter. We're just giving you more ammo in the arsenal. You can layer this shit. You can wear it independently of itself. It could be a statement piece. So we're just trying to help people like me that didn't really know what the fuck they were doing. Like, hey, follow us. The next year, everything's going to be very cohesive but complementary.
Yeah.
And I think people are going to start seeing the vision.
I love it.
I'm stoked.
I love it. Hey, that sounds like a great place to end off this episode,
Yes,
because
sir.
we're already at an hour and I need to go golf.
You do. Sorry for being late once again, everybody. In the production team.
Stop it, Matt.
Nah, I hate being late. I truly don't think you
Well,
understand
we hate
how much
you.
I had so much anxiety, bro. I was living in a simulation. The shit that was happening on the road, people trying to get 3 lanes over at a stoplight. Oh my God, was I laying on that horn? This guy's using a bike, not even in the fucking bike lane, blocking my entire turn. Then people going 30 miles an hour in a 65 on the highway.
Sounds like,
dude, I felt like I was in the Truman Show and they were pulling strings to make me even later.
Sounds like you need to relax with a Heineken Silver.
Today's basically the weekend. LCS wins, everybody gets a day off tomorrow.
You heard it here first, folks. Probably not true, but 3.2 carbs, 95 calories,
I can make
Heineken
that
Silver.
happen. I have the power.
The official sponsor of the CouRage Nadeshot Show. Thank you so much.
I'd have to
for
really
the
argue
love.
with Jason, but
Rock, paper, scissors.
I just don't want to. I just don't want to like disappoint Jason. That's where all my anxiety become like revolving the business comes.
Yeah,
from.
every time I see him in the compound, I'm like, hey, fist bump.
That motherfucker's hard as
Facebook.
nails, but he gets the job done.
Oh, yeah.
And Jason's the best of us.
If we win today, I'll be hard as nails. Thank you so much.
Good luck on the cast. Good luck at the golf lesson. Thank you guys for tuning in. CouRage Nadeshot Show. Thank you, Heineken and YouTube. We'll see you fudging later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.